that's when Chris and I had talked in regards to advanced. And I was nervous, but Chris had some choice words, and I won't swear, but it was literally go unstuck yourself. Remove the S word. So it's been super fun.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Tactical Agent Podcast. Today is going to be a little bit different. Chris and I are here still in our matching shirts, if you were wondering. And we're just going to intro real quick an interview that we did live a couple months ago now, maybe 2-3 months ago, with one of our team members in the 10-7 project and somebody who has done some advanced coaching with us as well. And in that process, over a 6-month period of time, able to add 6 figures of GCI into her tactical funnel, as we call it, or pipeline. And the interview will speak for itself, obviously, but I guess I figured maybe now's the time that we should start showing people that we're not just two dudes with theories on the internet, but that we really actually do coach people and help people grow their business, like with what we teach. Like it's not just us yapping online. This is a very small part of what we do in our weeks. Usually it's helping other people in their actual businesses, and Joy is one of those people. So we'll go ahead.
I'll say this about Joy. Like Joy, her name fits her so well. Like she is one of the best people. You know, she's always upbeat, always happy, always energetic. And she put in a ton of work to be successful. I love her to death. She's a really one of my favorite people. So
there's probably very few people in our team that have not gotten some type of handwritten gift or decal or something from Joy.
She was definitely built for this, you know.
Yeah, but not at first. That's what's crazy is like at first, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of struggles, a lot of getting in her own way. And and now, even after this interview, the last 3 months, she's just continued to kill it and grow. So so if you guys like this kind of episode, or you have more questions that you want to ask Joy, we can get you those. We'll tell her about the episode and she can answer you directly on YouTube, at least. The other podcast platforms don't have comments, but without further ado, here's that interview and we'll be back to wrap up. Welcome to the live. You know, a lot of people commented, let's go. They commented that they were going to be here. Some people said they're going to have to get the replay. Just fine. It'll be here. We'll remind you of it. We'll tag you in the replay after it's done, because this video is going to stay in the group, so you can watch it anytime. And we'll just make sure that everybody that wanted the replay, we will tag you in it. And so everybody that commented or engaged in the announcement, thanks. I'm Mike. Below me on the screen is Chris, and to your right and my right is Joy.
I don't know. This camera is
really smooth, Mike. Really smooth.
I don't know how people I don't know, see it on the screen. Whatever. Anyway, Joy, we have to ask legally, are you here on your own will?
I feel like I'm in court. But yes, I am here on my own free will.
Although it does look like you could be in a kidnap situation. Like that looks like a kidnap room.
It does, yeah. I was just thinking that. I was thinking I should make that joke, but then I was like, I don't know if I will.
If it will offend her. So, well, that's the good thing about me is I don't care.
You won't offend me, trust when I say.
But it's like, I feel like you could wake up, you could go to a local restaurant in this sleepy town, get poisoned and wake up in that room with a lot of dead animals and the wood paneling and be like, your kidnapper will start sliding food through a slot to you until I don't know what's going to happen. But
it puts the lotion on the skin.
Cue the banjo music.
All right. So we'll get into it. We're not going to be here too long, maybe like 20-ish minutes or something like that, just so that you guys know kind of what to expect. But Joy came into our lives. I don't know when. When 20 was it 2021 or 2022?
2021, May of 2021.
All right. So you coasted, did your thing. and then ultimately we'll get to the coaching piece. But tell people your background, I guess. Like what did you do before? What were you doing when you got into the real estate thing? Kind of like what motivated you to get into real estate?
So I was in law enforcement for just shy of 15 years. And obviously, Mike the cop followed you, Chris with SDN followed that. And ultimately I was not happy in my job. And so you guys you mentioned the 10-7 project, and I was curious. So I was kind of murking in the shadows, if you will, until I talked with a few different people, and I pulled the trigger in May. I was still in law enforcement as a detective. Come June 25th, I said I just couldn't do it anymore. So that motivated me to get my license. And ultimately, I was onboarded, surprisingly enough, on 10-7. And I know you guys both have told me, or in the past you had told me, you better have 6 months worth of income. And I was nervous about that because I'm licensed and I'm like, okay, let's go. And I had one showing in 6 months. And obviously, Chris and Mike, you guys both know, along with many people, I wanted to quit. But quitting wasn't an option based upon our masterminds, the Tactical Agent Academy, following the process. Now we'll fast forward to June and July. I had 8 in the pipeline. Closed on 4 in August, closed on 4 in September, and 1 in November. Now, prior to that, that's when Chris and I had talked in regards to advanced. And I was nervous, but Chris had some choice words, and I won't swear, but it was literally go unstuck yourself. Remove the S word. So it's been super fun.
Chris is good at that piece of advice. Like that, if I would say, like if there was one piece of advice that you could like print and put in a motivational poster that everybody could just dash Chris, like I say, he just that's his quote.
Yep.
Like it's like what if I did this? Have you ever thought about just unfucking yourself? Have you ever considered that?
You said it, not me.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that stuff.
Okay, well, fair game.
I always taught my kids there's no such thing as a bad word, only bad ways to use words. So, yeah. So let's talk about that fear that you had about investing in yourself when it came to coaching. What was going through your mind when you're like, whoa, $2,500 to get advanced coaching? What?
Yeah. So ultimately, I think you guys had mentioned, Molly Miller in North Carolina, she had jumped into it, and I was like, well, okay. So I called her, and Johnny was in the background, and I was like, I don't know, that's a lot of money to me because I didn't have a steady income, right? But then I just closed on, well, soon to be 8 transactions to help my clients. And that's when I talked with Chris, and he said, you're not a cop anymore. Nobody's going to die. And this is what we can do for you. And trust when I say it's going to pan out. So he said, do you want to spend $2,500 to make GCI over 25,000? And I was like, done deal.
Yeah.
And it has totally paid off.
If somebody, I mean, like all day, if somebody says, if you give me 2,500, I will give you back 25,000. Yep. It's like, okay, could I give you 25,000 and you give me back like 150? You're like, I mean, potentially. So yeah. And what we just added up your numbers because your advanced coaching session just wrapped up. Yep. And so during the season of coaching, you closed over, what did I wrote the numbers down exactly, 26,434 September and beyond in closed transactions. And then for 2023 lined up in the pipeline, I did the math on the lowest amount, like the range of your values. And it was $97,620. So that's $124,054 in GCI through that period of time, which is freaking awesome. Yeah. So what I want to ask is, for you, not necessarily what we would say, but for you, what would you say was like the top 3 things that shifted for you that took you from where you were at to where you're going? Well, and I know that that's kind of like dropping a bomb of a question. Like, I don't want you to overthink it, but like, what are the main things that you were challenged on and grew in?
Well, number 1 was overthinking, because you guys both know that I do that. But no, take that out of the picture. So ultimately, and I've had this conversation with numerous people, when it comes to the advanced coaching, I needed to be held accountable, because, you can just do things 2 hours a day, whatever. But being in the advanced course, I was held accountable. Okay, why are you not doing these frog conversations? Why are you not doing the fit test and all this other stuff? So accountability has been instilled, and that's a daily routine for me, whether it's coffee, emails, and meditation and all this stuff. So number 1 was being held accountable. Was I back before September? Here and there. But that was a huge thing for me that I greatly appreciate. And then the next thing was, being in law enforcement, we all know everybody's an asshole. This is all bullshit. That mindset has shifted tremendously. And it's about connecting with people, investing, and I'm getting better at asking. But it's just about helping people in different ways. So that's been a huge shift. And the biggest shift in my life that I will say is my mental well-being, my physical well-being, emotional well-being, whatever, because you got to take care of you first in order to grow. So being uncomfortable, I was scared shitless. Are you kidding me? But it has only led to bigger and better things for me. So those would be my top 3. And I've had the support of you guys, the 10-7 project, everybody, to just keep moving forward. And to me, that's huge. And Mike, I know you mentioned this in our last mastermind. The 3 feelings you feel when you wake up. Mm-hmm. Today I heard a song and I started dancing, and it was 8 o'clock. And that just got me in a good mindset. And yeah, I just had a client that said, we're not looking to sell anymore. So I was like, well, shit, how am I going to respond to that? So it's just been a wonderful thing for me, not only physically, but mentally, for sure.
All right. I got a question for you.
Go.
When you were doing the advanced coaching, what is the thing that we asked you to do that made you the most uncomfortable?
Where do I start? The social media part, like I'm okay at posting things, being a cop, I didn't post a lot, but it was, following your guys' footsteps of, Mike, you said you just mentioned, do the valuations. And I thought, I'm like, that kind of sounds businessy. Well, guess what? It got me 3 potential clients, but it's the asking part for me got me really uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. However, it was well worth it, because they're not going to say no.
Right. Well, that was my next question, was what was the result of doing the things that we told you to do that made you uncomfortable?
Successful. So no, it was just, Mike had mentioned with our advanced 10 people that are complete strangers, do frog conversations with them. And I was like, okay. So then I track them all down and whatever. But guess what? It's interesting, because I just had a referral from Will Zimmerman, who's in Wisconsin. His people are looking for a place in Price County. The guy that I did a frog conversation with lives in Price County, and I have his phone number. So I'm like, hey, you got any properties available over there? So it all works out. It's just getting uncomfortable makes you grow. And that's awesome.
That is awesome. That's I think that's a super important message for everyone that hears this, everyone that watches this video. That is the heart of it, is like what good coaching will get you is out of your comfort zone. And some people some people are really self-motivated, right? Some people are really like, they're driven. They don't need anybody to tell them what to do. And that's great for like the 7% of the population that's like that. I think that's the number. 7% of people are built to be sort of like that self-driven entrepreneur type person. And that's great. But I have found, and I am that kind of person, but I have found coaching accelerated me because it makes my life easier. It takes so much stress off because I don't have to wonder, what am I supposed to do today? I just can look at what the coach said to do. And I'm like, all right, this is what I got to go do. And then I can be happy at the end of the day because I look at my day and be like, I did all the right things. And when like you had a client, shit the bed on you, like, we're not going to list anymore. Okay, cool. Doesn't matter that it doesn't have the impact that it would have had a year ago because doing the right things is what matters, not getting the check, right? Like, yeah, this is a business and we have to be professionals, but at the same time, like if we're too married to the results and not committed to the process and we're just led around all the time by our emotions, and every real estate agent that I talk to is on this peaks and valleys ride. They just like, and I told somebody yesterday, I want to know what you think about this, Joy, in your experience. I told somebody yesterday that too many real estate agents view their real estate business as a journey and not a building, not a building project, right? So like they go up the mountain, they go into the valley. They go up the mountain, they go down to the valley. They go where their business takes them, as opposed to saying, I'm going to build a foundation. For us, we would say like, hey, we build our core 100 and our VIPs. Once I have that, I've got a foundation that I can scale an unstoppable business, right? So what do you think about that? The differences between those paradigms?
Well, I think you're 100% right. And I'm just, just like you guys say, you got to be brutally honest. I was nervous December, January. There was not a lot of movement. However, sticking to the process and doing things. Did I think I was going to have 2 closings in February? No. Did I think I was going to gain more clients? No. However, when you stick to the process in which you guys have instilled in us, you build that business where I don't necessarily think there are going to be lulls and it's like the roller coaster. Sure, maybe at times there are, but it's tactical, not traditional.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, December and January are slow because you have 86 inches of snow on the ground. So no one wants to do anything except die.
Yeah. 210 inches. You were a little bit short on that one.
Jeez. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So if anybody, because I know this group is full of realtors, if anybody's somebody that wants to buy or sell in the Northwoods of Wisconsin, which is essentially the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is essentially cave people, have at it. She's your lady. Give her your referrals.
What?
But that's it. We thank you so much for being willing to share a little bit about your experience, and we are going to do these live streams and we'll share people's stories every so often on here, not because I'll say it's because we don't want you to just think me and Chris are like, well, of course, everybody's gonna be like, well, you sell coaching, of course you think this is great. Well, yeah, I get that. So listen to us. Joy is in the group. She is a tactical agent, and she's in the tactical agent army. She's paid to be here, right? Like she's earned it, and you can reach out to her directly. I think. Don't be a creep, whoever you are, about it.
Yeah.
No creeps allowed. But otherwise, reach out. You can ask her. She'll be completely transparent about her experience and all that stuff. So you don't have to ask us. No. You can if you want.
Mike, also, we've gotten 4 comments. All of them are about Joy's shirt. So why don't you tell them where they can get Joy's shirt?
Relentless Defender. I saw that and I was like, Joy sometimes goes rogue and designs her own stickers and shirts and stuff. And so I'm like, did you make that? How have I never noticed this shirt? She's like, oh, Relentless Defender. And I'm like, oh, they just did it because of like the 10-7 in general, like the cop code. They didn't do it for us, but hey, it works, right? So like, I will not be surprised to see more of our cop agents in the specific project. And guys, if you're in the tactical agents group here watching this, just so that you know, like, you know how like all judges are lawyers, but not all lawyers are judges. All 10-7 project are tactical agents, but not all tactical agents are 10-7 project. That is a specific project with criteria to be in it when you come from a law enforcement or veteran background. And that is, like I said before, the one path is by joining that with us at our brokerage. That's a free path to coaching. But then we have the Army as well, where that's for the paid folks. You get the Tactical Agent Academy, and you get masterminds, and you get more direct access to Chris and I and other people in the community to help encourage you and hold you accountable and all that good stuff. So if you want to know anything more about that, you can just DM us, like we said in the welcome post, like friend us up on Facebook, reach out to us, drop a comment like want more info or whatever, and we will reach out to you. And if, again, if you had said that you wanted this replay, I will tag you in the comments after it is done. Cool.
Can I say one more thing really quick before we go?
Yep.
For those of you guys that are watching this, maybe down the road, whatever, do it. Because not only have Chris and Mike and the rest of the group helped me in numerous ways, mental health, my life, real estate business, it's well worth it. Take the leap into the unknown and trust when I say we're all here for you. Ask questions, get after it, and you're not going to fail. You're not going to be disappointed. They have helped me so much, and I'm not going to cry, but without this project, without them, I wouldn't be sitting here having an interview with Mike and Chris.
Love it. Appreciate you. All right, everybody.
Guys,
until next live. I don't want to keep this any longer than it needs to be. Bottom line is, folks, Joy is one of many people that are part of what we're doing that you will hear from in the coming months over time with this podcast. We'll pop in these interviews that we do here and there so that, you know, we're not making stuff up. We're really helping people. And yeah, if you want to do what Joy has done, or if you want to help us help people like Joy and others in this business, then reach out to us, 107project.com, TEN7project.com. If you're already an existing agent, you can connect with us and we can just have a chat. We can tell you more about us and our project and how that might be a fit for you or not. That's okay too. Or if you are a veteran, a police officer, public safety professional, and you've thought about doing this part-time, full-time, maybe, and you want to explore that, we can get you into our launch group and you can test the waters and see if we'd be a good fit for that as well for you. So any other parting words, Chris?
No, I mean, proof's in the pudding. You can see what happened with Joy there. So
giddy up. Well, stay tuned. Same tactical time, same tactical channel next week. All right, guys. See you later.